Okay, I don't know why I did that. I don't know how much that picked up, or if it picked up anything at all. So, I'll just start again. Welcome to the Lister's channel. I am a person who goes by the name Lister's. And this is my third attempt at playing the expansion Amrilato. Right. I don't know if the elders of the internet have something against this game, but it's never worked on the internet. This is not a thingy intense game. It's last time bouncing around, jeez. It's not a intense game, but smegin, jeez, does my internet dislike trying to run it. I'm streaming to you at glorious 480p because the internet isn't consistent enough to run at 1080 at times for some reason. I even said 20, which is what I prefer to stream at. I'm not a quality person. I don't like, streaming at too high a quality. But I was saying, oh well, it's what I'm stuck with. So, where was I last time? I was running around shops. Yeah, if you want to, the previous episode is in the archives. It just wasn't picking up when I was doing it. The things she pointed at were a vegetable shop, legume. Okay, right. Okay, so you'll want a bit of context. So, Miss Ruka has been grabbed our hand and brought us through the shopping centre, well, the high street, and has just randomly pointed to random shops, right?
Legomo, fisho, viando.
Legomo, fisho, viando. Right?
Legom vendeo, fish vendeo, viand vendeo.
So, it's quite obviously talking about a vegetable shop, a fish shop, and a meat shop, or a butcher. Yep, vegetable shop, fish shop, and a butcher. We have a name for a fish shop, I can't remember what it is. What is it? Sven? I honestly can't remember. There's like one down the road from me as well.
Pano, cuco, risbulo.
Pano, cuco, risbulo. I don't know what cuco is, and I don't know what risbulo is, but pano I believe is bread. Pano is pan, or something of the similar, is bread in basically every European language except for English, I think.
Pan vendeo, cook vendeo, risbul vendeo.
Pan vendeo, and cook vendeo, and risbul vendeo. Cake is cook. And on onigiri shop, risbul vendeo. Pan vendeo. Yeah, bread shop. Or a bakery. A cake shop. Or a bakery. Could this be some kind of field trip? Couldn't memorise each of them individually, but I recognised the part that she kept repeating, and based on the pattern, I could guess at its meaning.
その vendeo が店?
So vendeo is shop.
店? Yes! でもいつもこう言います.
Always say it like this. Ruka turned around with a smile and repeated herself, pointing to the last three buildings again.
Paneo, cuqueo, risbureo.
Paneo, cuqueo, risbuleo. Risbuleo. Right. So, that means you shorten it? So you'd actually call a bakery Paneo. That makes the language a little bit complex. I'm surprised. Crap, I blurred it out just by reflex. It was my carefully crafted image of a proper young girl ruined.
Tu vi voras mangi panon? Onaka suita? Pano tabetai?
Tu vi volas mangi panon? Do you want to eat bread? My flatmate made bread. It's very nice bread. No. now I'd established myself as somebody who's hungry all the time. Svegan, stop thinking about yourself. Just get the Svegan
い
phrase.
え、なんとなくこうね、ノリでつい。
Food is, Svegan, a great icebreaker, you know? It's the least offensive thing, you know? It's the reason why Svegan, we use it to domesticate animals and stuff. Tried to explain, I was trying to say it's a piece of cake, and probably only muddied. If I tried to explain that I was just trying to say it's a piece of cake, I'd probably only muddy things more.
そう。
Sorry, I'm trying to go back and see if...
Pardon.
Was there a bit where she said piece of cake?
ネゾルグ。
Yeah, that's as far as it goes. Oh.
あのさ、もう一度いいかな。
Go for it one more time. Tried to save face was slowly pointing at each of the shops she'd named in
Yes.
order.
パンベンデヨがパニーヨです。
Pan Vendeo is Paneo. So you just call it Paneo. Bread shop was Paneo. Pane pane.
クックベンデヨがクケヨです。
Cook Vendeo is Cookéo. Cake shop. A cake shop was Cookéo. Cookie.
リズブルベンデヨがリズブレヨです。
Risbol Vendeo is Risboleo. An onigiri shop was Risboleo. Rice ball shop. Yeah, Risboleo. Which I believe is what onigiri means, rice ball? Or at least that's a common translation of it if you're not translating it as jelly donut. Just based on the examples I'd heard, whatever Vendeo seems to be a abbreviated whatever-yo. I feel like that's a swinging vine boom moment there. My name is Skylar White, yo. In that case, maybe I should just give it a try myself.
本は何？
Was book. I asked Luca while looking at a bookshop I'd spotted.
リブロ？
Libro. So... Oh crap, yeah.
じゃあリブロ、ベンデヨで本屋さん？
Libro Vendeo is the bookshop. I started just by sticking the two
リブル
together.
ベンデヨです。
Libro Vendeo. Close
短い版はリブロヨってどう？
enough. Libroyo?
ねえ、La vort la dico estas libro. Do libra plus eo fariĝas librejo.
Ne. So no. La vort radico estas libro. So the start of the word is libr. So libr plus eo fariges libreo. Right. So libr is actually the start, not libro. Libreo. I have absolutely no clue what she just said. I did. It seemed like Ruka had emphasised the AO part though. What if I just tried a bunch of random guesses until
あ
something
そこ、
hit?
あの店で飲むものは？
So over there, what kind of drinks do that shop sell? I figured it was probably a coffee shop. Pretend to hold an invisible cup by its handle and mimicked blowing on it as I brought it to my mouth. I just signed the sign for coffee. I know a little bit of BSL, so it's just automatic to me. It's like coffee. See, you see and you tip it to your mouth. Coffee.
カフォ？
Caffo. Cafeo.
そう、多分それ。
Using the word caffo, which I just learned from Vruka, and applying the rule that I'd been taught from my previous examples, I said a Hail Mary and say cafeo.
カフェよ？
Now, I think I learned this from Duolingo, so that's cheating, but yeah. My intuition told me third time would be the charm. What was the result?
Perfecte! Rin, atama ii!
Perfect. Rin, so smart. Itama E, yeah, good head.
ギリギリ通過ってとこだよ。
Just barely passed. Yeah. It's about knowing the, yeah. Esperanto is a pretty structured language. It's it's what makes it easy. So once you get some of the rules, I guess it's easy. It's not like I had a total understanding of the language, I just figured maybe this, so I had no faith that I would do well this time. Maybe this meant I'd study a little more seriously. I swear I don't speak Esperanto.
Rin, venu armi!
Rin, venu almi. For example, I don't know what that meant. Rin, I don't know what venu, I don't know what al means, I know what me means. But crap. What? Oh, crap. Once again, she pulled me by the arm. Our next stop was a shop that made tiny clocks. The shelves were lined with alarm clocks, wristwatches, pocket watches, and stopwatches of all kind.
En ĉi tiu mondo horloĝo estas tre grava.
En ĉi tiu mondo horloĝo estas tre grava. Very what now? Ruka's eyes roamed over each one of the clocks and then she glanced at me.
お目当てのものがあるの？
Is there one that you want? Pocket watch on the lower left is very stylish and seems like a perfect match for Ruka.
Vi ne posedas horloĝon, ĉu jes?
Vi ne posedas horloĝon, ĉu jes? You don't own horloĝon. I assume that has the same root as hourglass. So it says, do you or do you not own an hour glass? A time device, a time measurement device. Ruka started patting my pocket.
なーに？もしかして、あたしお財布にお買い物とか？
You want to borrow my wallet? You go shopping or something? It was a joke since I knew she wasn't the kind of girl to do something like that. I figured I might as well show her my 500 yen coin though.
ほら、これ、使えないでしょ？ここでは。
Can you even use this here? Held out the coin to her and she looked at it with intense interest and nodded in acknowledgement.
Mi acetu kaj donacu horloĝon al vi.
Mi acetu kai donaku... What?
Mi acetu kaj donacu horloĝon al vi.
Mi acetu kai donacu... Konatsu? Mi acetu kai donacu horloĝon al vi. I will buy and something a clock for you. Donatsu, donuts? This place dealing donuts? From the outside it looked like they sold clocks, but maybe it was a popular donut shop that only people in the know came to. Realised I'd been thinking Ruka had gone inside alone. She'd let go of my hand, so I thought it may be better to stay outside and wait. But in less than a minute, Ruka came with an old man in tow. I got the feeling he was probably the shopkeeper.
どっち？
Dotchi, 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 keke.
どっちって。
Which foot? Floating between a wristwatch and a pocket watch. Maybe she'd ask me which one she thought I should get.
的には。
Both look nice. Matter of preference. Pointing to the one I thought was a good match for her earlier.
Do, decidite. Mi acetu ĉi tiun.
Do decidite. So it's decided. Mi acetu ĉi tiun. I'm buying this one, I guess. An air of triumph. Ruka pointed to the pocket watch the same way I had. That old man smiled firmly and
す
nodded.
ぐ戻る。
Burb.
あ、うん。焦らなくてもいいからね。 ごゆっくり。
No need to hurry, take your time. So, Ruka went back into the store with the old man, and about 3 minutes later, she returned holding a box with a ribbon on it.
リン、どうぞ。
Rin, here. The way she was holding it out to me almost made me think it couldn't. Never for a second thought I was picking up a pocket watch from myself. Watching her walk ahead of me with such a cheery attitude made me feel like smiling too.
ありがとうね、ルカ。
Thank you, Ruka. I could thank her 10 times over and it still wouldn't be enough. Not to mention, although I had no way to express it, the watch had a pleasant weight to it. Almost made me think I could pass as stylish myself. Now I could know what time it was, and I wouldn't have to make Ruka worry anymore. Wasn't all smiles and rainbows though.
このままじゃダメなんだよね。
Right now, she was hand-holding me like a helpless child. And on top of that, I wanted to repair, but as things were, I didn't even have the money to buy her a drink.
無一文、つらい。
Sucks being broke. Aye, I get you. Made me think of trying to get a job somewhere. Nah, speg that. Could these visitanto Ruka mentioned get me hired for part-time jobs? Visitor
で、
part-time.
ルカ、今度はどこへ？
Hey, Ruka, what's next on the docket? If we head to karaoke or a game centre or a movie or some other place that costs us money, well, I didn't think she would, I'd hightail it right out of here.
どこ？どこ？
So where? Yeah. She's stifling a laugh. Sorry, did I say something funny? I've no clue.
船、違う。あれです。
Not a boat. This serious look on her face. Ruka pointed to a building short away from the station. I had no idea what this place was. My memory served me correctly. There was a bowling alley around here somewhere.
まあ、それは私の世界の話だし。
Well, that is in my world at least. The whole building had a strict, formal feel to it. The moment we set foot in the property, that impression got stronger. We do procedure.
手続き？
Procedure.
手続き、ビジタント、登録。
Procedure. Visitanto registration. Visitanto registration? So did that mean there was a government office or something? I'm nervous for some reason.
緊張してきたぞ。
First thing I figured that the first thing we'd do once we went inside was check in at the reception desk. I was a little let down when I didn't see anything like that. There were faint signs of life, but they seemed to be on the other side of the wall, which made me reflexively stay
あ
quiet
っ
as
ち
well.
です。
Here. Was Luca familiar enough with this place to be guiding me? Well, I wondered that. We reached the dead end. Ruka opened the door and showed me inside.
ここだったら、またいなくなった。
This is a nice baby going, where the smeg's she gone? I accidentally shouted and then hurriedly clapped my hands over my mouth. Where could she have disappeared to so fast? She's trying to play hide and seek or something?
そういうのなら、私の得意分野だもんね。
That's your game that I happen to be an expert. Pushing a corner about.
お？うわー、
I'm shocked to find someone completely unfamiliar standing there. Who was it? Don't tell me Ruka had a sudden growth spurt and this was her as an adult.
Bonjour, esti silenta.
Bonvolo esti silenta.
あ、パルド
Pardone. I know that's sorry already. Saw the woman raise a finger to her lips, remembering I was in a library. I hung my head. I'd been incredibly rude. I was really embarrassed. Whose fault was it that things ended up like this? Ruka? Nah, it was my own fault. I really want to do something about this uncomfortable, profusely sweating state I was in.
Ĉu vi estas la fama fraŭlino Lin?
Ĉu vi estas la fama fraŭlino Rin? Are you the girl Rin? Person you my name? Was you confirming my identity?
どう答えればいいんだろう Yes! Lin!
How should I answer? Yes, Rin. So there was no misunderstanding, I put my hand on my chest and nodded my head. Just then, she took out some sort of card.
Mi kredas ke vi estas japano.
Mi credas vi ke vi. But I had to respond somehow. For now, I just use body language to convey my situation. Wait, first I had to try to stop flailing around like an idiot. She cracked a tiny smile as she watched me.
Bon vol constati.
Bon vol constati. I don't know what that means. She flipped the card over and handed it to me. I peered at it, not sure what to do. When I did, I saw it was printed with letters that looked like Yoyamo. I was thinking that.
Estas tre agradable conatigi kun vi.
Estas tre agradable contagi conatigi con thee. She pointed to each word of the sentence as she pronounced them one at a time before gently placing it in my hand.
これがエスタスってこのビってあなたのビかな
This is Estas, and this is V. Is this the same V that means you? Maybe it was looking at the writing while hearing the words spoken out loud that did it, but the unfamiliar letters started to form themselves into words. I still had no idea what they meant though. I flipped over the card to the side. Then, for the first time, I understood.
Mi prezentu mi mem.
Me present to me mem? I present something? The object in the hand was a business card.
Mi nomiĝas Rei Arbalo.
Me nomiĝas Rei Arbano. My name is Ray Arbano. About 5 minutes passed since I met this woman, this Miss Ray. She had led me to the office, reception office, where I reunited with Ruka.
Rei. 仲良し
Rin, Ray, good friends?
いやいや、さっき図書室で会って、ここに連れてこられただけで、まだ名前ぐらいしか知らないの。っていうか、ルカがいきなりいなくなって困ってたんだからね。
Nah, we just met in the library. She brought me here. I still don't know anything about her aside from her name. You really worried me disappearing like that. Anyway, I'm just glad we're back together again. That I can finally stop this awful sweating. So I thought. That's pretty, there's still a very serious task ahead of me.
こりゃ参ったぞ。
I'm really at a loss here. Here we were, in a fashionably furnished reception office. I don't know why I keep reading the word office first before reception. Fashionably furnished reception office. Miss Ray, Ruka, and myself. Our respective roles were...
商店街でたい焼きを買って食べた直後に、だから、どう説明すればいいんだろう。たい焼きって何？
I was in the shopping district, and I just started eating a taiyaki that I'd bought when... How'd you explain this? How'd you say taiyaki? Saying... it wasn't truck-kun this time, it was a magic fish.
たい焼き
Taiyaki?
Yes! こう、もちもちの皮で、中にあんこが入っているの。
It's crispy outside and it's full of wanko. I was thinking... Ooh.
もちもち
And mochi mochi. I was thinking, it's filled within you. Me, the interviewee, Ruka, the interpreter, and Miss Ray, the record keeper. but I couldn't even convey to them how I wound up here.
パルドーヌ、いらない紙をもらえますか？
Pardon, do you have any scratch paper I could use? What's scratch paper? Is it like something? We used to have a word for it, a scrap paper. Couldn't exactly scribble on the documents I'd been given, so I used my pen to mimic drawing and got some blank paper. Once again, making me doing the British Sign Language sign for drawing, for writing even. What's that? That's drawing. Yeah. I don't exactly have the, I can't exactly move my arms in this live 2D model, I couldn't be bothered rigging them. Then, I used it to draw a picture of taiyaki from memory.
こいつがたい焼き、甘い、美味しい、お菓子、わかる？
This is taiyaki. It's sweet and delicious treat, you understand? It's sweet, delicious and in you. Ruka and Miss Ray shared a look as I gave my enthusiastic explanation. It's gonna look like a smigging, what was it? Feature.
たい焼き、スケラスパーロ？
Hey, it's the developers of the game!
Mi bone conas, gestas vendata en la vendeia stratune?
Mi bone conas? G estas. Why is estas written above estas? G estas vendata en la vendea stratune? I don't know what that means.
Yes, tre bon guste.
Yes, tre bon guste. Very good. I think something along those lines. They both seemed to get worked up, so I figured they probably understood. I get the feeling that I just might get through this if I let my enthusiasm do the talking.
で、それを私は食べた直後に。
So it was right after I ate one of those. I brought the taiyaki drawing up to my mouth and then waved both arms in my head like kelp in the ocean before bringing them down to the table with a bang. Then I placed my hands on my chest and mimed looking around, turning left and right with a dramatic look of cluelessness on my face. Finally, I gestured to Ruka beside me.
彼女に出会った。
Then I met her.
Luca, tu vi comprenas Shin?
Ruka, tu vi comprenas, Shin? Do you understand this?
Lin. Yes, vi estas charma.
Rin, yes, Viestas Charma. I don't know what that means. Sven. Charmita is saying.
Maltrafe.
Maltrafe. Based on the reactions, I figured I must have done something wrong, but even still, hope was causing over as long as you still have hope. I'd really sacrificed my pride with a liberal use of body language to drive my point home.
ここまでの説明でこんなにかかったの？
I've really been here that long trying to explain myself. Thought I'd only been around 10 minutes since we started, but according to the watch Ruka had bought me, an hour had already passed. What was one more thing I had learned? And that was the sad reality that my ability to convey things through pantomime was less than proficient. My latest attempt had involved a detailed drawing with several arrows trying to say, I have no idea where I am, and even showing them my wallet's contents to say, this is money for my world.
これでビジタントだって分かってもらえないと。
If I can't show them I'm a visitanto, then someone about to proclaim scientific testing was required to settle this mystery before dragging me off to some remote research facility in the mountains. No, never! The thought of my body, which is still yet to know true love being experimented on, was too much to bear.
Lin, Heiki?
Rin, you alright?
ちょっと妄想が暴走しただけだから。
Just my imagination getting away from me. I was okay. I was still okay. I was sure I would find some way to turn things back around right at the crucial moment. I just had to hang in there until then. Gave my exhausted brain a rest while I waited for Miss Ray, who was wrestling with a stack of documents, to finish up what she was doing. She compared the papers thoroughly before splitting them up into 3 groups, though from where I was sitting I couldn't see what was on them.
Finish.
Finish. Finished, I guess. No, everything's still working. Yeah, where is it? There we are. Did her satisfied look and smile mean she was done? Miss Ray pulled out 3 large envelopes from behind her and put the sorted documents aside. Then she handed them to me.
これはなんか封筒に番号が振ってある。
What's this? Oh, the envelopes have some kind of numbers on them. And I was wondering what to do, the ones I'd been handed. Miss Ray grinned, made an opening gesture with her hands. The number 1 to 3 mean I should start with 1? What's this?
なんだろう、何が入ってるんだろう。ってこれ
What's inside? Wait, it's... I hardly confirmed the contents. Inside, I saw something I'd
これ
recognize.
普通の日本語。私にはこの文ってあれなんだこの文字。
This is Japanese, let's see. These words are... what are these letters? Started to trip over the sentence I'd only just started reading. I dove right in, thinking it looked like Japanese at first glance. However, the closer I read, the more I saw words and letters mixed in that looked familiar, but which I couldn't recognise. There were even unrecognisable expressions sprinkled in. Just to be sure, I looked at the next page, but it was just as confusing as the first. I started off thinking, I can read this, but the more proper nouns that appeared, the more it seemed I still needed things explained to me. Just skimmed through thinking it would make sense the further I got. Not really want to spend too much time studying it.
Bonjour, ma fermi ancora aliain covertoin.
Bonvolu malfermi ancal la aliain covertoin.
Lin, 他の全部見て。
And look at all of them. Ruka translated for me and pointing to the envelopes I'd set aside. Took the other envelopes in my hand and looked at the one with the number 2 written on it first.
これほとんど漢字ばっかり。なんか中国語っぽい感じ。
This is mostly kanji. Chinese, it seems like.
漢字。漢字？
Kanji. Seems like kanji.
ああ、別にギャグとかじゃなくてね。
I wasn't trying to make a joke or anything. Luca reacted to my unintentional play on words that made me smile a little. I think I lost that joke in translation. But when I looked at the inside the next envelope, my smile vanished. This one started off the same as the first one, but the rest was different. Just skimming over them, I didn't get that same uneasy feeling. The only thing that bothered me were the commas. Instead, I don't know the difference between these two. I know that they're on my keyboard, both of them, but Svegin, they are just different commas. These words are understood by me.
なぜならこの文章は私の世界に存在する日本と呼ばれる国で利用されている言語で書かれたものだからです。
It's because this is written with the words used in my country called Japan that exist in my world. Even so, I continued reading.
日本語は主に漢字やひらがな、カタカナと呼ばれる文字を使い、場合によってはアルファベット群を50音に てあった。ローマ字と呼ばれる表記も利用されます。
Homesickness.
また、同じ文字表記でも、発音の仕方で意味が変わる単語や、他の言語には少ない敬語表記が存在するなどの理由から、習得が難しい言語の一つに挙げられることがあります。
Despite my inability to speak Japanese, I actually think Japanese is one of the easier languages to learn. That's not true. If an idiot like me can read and write it. But yeah, just a thing of it. It's talking about kanji, hiragana, and honorific expressions making it hard to know. I didn't even care about those dumb commas anymore. Rin. The language is considered to be broadly expressive, however.
表現の幅がある言語とも評価される反面、言葉の曖昧さが意図しない解釈へとつながり、誤解を招きやすいとも言われ。
Yep, that's they got you there, Rin. Yeah, that was really stupid.
的に日本語が利用される機会を特定の限られることが多く。
Internationally, the opportunity for utilising Japanese is frequently limited to particular fields. So Japanese does exist in this world then. Honestly crying from just reading Japanese, it sounded like it came out of a textbook. But I just wanted to read a little bit more. I want to hear just a little bit more. The words that I was used to. Jeez, that's Megan. Oh, Megan. It's fine. If is... Fine, I don't know why I can only describe it as if, but jeez. Stupid. Just a thought of it set my face on fire. Why'd I cried back here? I arrived on Ruka's sofa, my memory of yesterday all too vivid.
あれ、絶対後で笑い話にされるよ。
Could be butted jokes later, I just know it. Didn't know what it meant that tears had just started streaming down my face from reading a description of the Japanese language. If I could go back in time, I'd wrap my old self up in a blanket and shove her in a closet so I could take a place. Then Miss Ray's impression would be, my, what a tough girl, and she might treat me a little bit more like an adult. Just next time we met, she wouldn't have nearly as much respect for me. Man, you're sneaking in a place where you're a completely unfamiliar place, right? Sneaking, they're not going to have any disrespect for you, breaking down at the fact that you're not in a place that you know of, basically. You're not in a familiar place. Anybody would do that. So embarrassed, and I didn't even want to show my face.
とか、あんまりわがままも言えないんだよね。
Couldn't say something that selfish. I really did owe her a debt of gratitude. I took out the copy of the guidelines Miss Ray had given me and went over them again. There were notes sprinkled here and there in strange letters, but most of it was in Japanese, so I had no problem reading it. Visitanto, visitor. You're recognised as a visitor, visitanto.
まだ自分でもよくわからないけど、助かりました。
Don't understand it completely, but it's been a big help. Nominal principal visitanto, visitor. Apparently, some people tried to lie about being a visitanto, so that's why there was an interview at the time of the registration. In light of your misfortune, you have been provided a temporary stipend. Ah, you get Megan government benefits. A separate envelope, which I had received after arriving home, contained a stack of bills, a sum of 250,000 yen, or Guillermo points, or whatever. Eno. Their unit of currency was apparently called the Eno. Eno, unit of currency, plural. Though in practice, it sounded like people call it by its plural form, enoi. Ah, so eno for a single penny and enoi for multiple pennies. In that case, why didn't they just call it enoi from the start? I wondered, like a true noob visitanto. Did they just call it enoi to annoy people like me?
のって、なんとなく円マークっぽさがあるね。
Eno seems kind of similar to yen. The pronunciations echoed for each other, and so did the two horizontal lines through both. Even the design of the bills were close to 1,000 yen, 5,000 yen, and 10,000 yen bills I was familiar with. The portraits are people I'd never seen before, but at any rate, at least I had a fat stack.
無駄遣いは控えよう。
Better be smart with it, no spending it all on booze. I at least wanted to do something to repay Ruka for the watch though.
03から06までは細かい規約だからパスして、問題は次か。
03 and 06 are all detailed rules, so I'll pass on them for now, but it might come back to bite me later though. 07, as a visitanto, number of jobs are available to you. Although in my case, 08, in the case of minors, a fixed living allowance will be provided, as she is probably under the age of swinging. I don't know what. Under 20, under 18? I don't know. So, since working was both unnecessary and out of the question, it looked like I could attend an age-appropriate school. High school in my case, if I desired.
学校か。
School, eh? If I tried to go, would they treat me like a transfer student? That wasn't really the issue here. I couldn't even properly communicate, so even if I did go, the outcome, or lack thereof, wouldn't be that hard to guess. But as I traced over the pair of signatures on the last page, I thought the possibilities.
ルカがプリゾルガントで、私がビジタントの関係。
Ruka is my Prizorganto. Prizorganto. Zora. Prizorganto. And Zorg and O. Prizorg and O. Right, okay. Sorry, I'm just reading the pronunciation guides, which is what I assume that those little thingies are here. Svegen, nominal principle, which I assume means noun. Svegen, Prizorg and O, which is really weird coming from somebody who's been learning Japanese, as sort of Prizorganto. It would be something more similar to what I would be thinking. So that mean we would be going to the same school? If we happened to be in the same class, that would be perfect. Well, I was looking at a lot of assumptions here. Why'd they make her my Prizorganto?
なんでプリゾルガントになってくれたんだろう。
When I looked at the note that it said guardian, all I could think of was someone much older. My imagination started to wander to those couples of those foreign students and say things like, "We want to think of you. We want you to think of us as your real parents." I knew it wasn't good to judge someone's age by their appearance, but it was impossible to think of someone who was obviously younger than me as my Prizorganto.
最初に声をかけたから、責任を持って面倒を見ます的な。
More like, she's someone who took out the responsibility to watch over me since the first time she called out to me. If those were the rules of the world, Ruka had drawn a seriously short straw. And still, she happily signed the paperwork. She was way too kind-hearted. To try to imagine if our situations were reversed. If I was someone living in this world and she were a visitanto.
何も考えず、無条件で助けるわ。
Yeah, I'd helped her with a certain thought. I would have lent a hand based on her cuteness alone. There's no comparison between us.
今頃ルカは勉強中なんだろうな。
Ruka's probably studying right now. She had such an upstanding personality. I'm sure she got good grades in school. She probably had lots of friends in her class. Couldn't even imagine what to do if that atmosphere throwing someone like me couldn't even carry a conversation into the mix.
よし、決めた。
Alright, I've decided. Wasn't going to get anywhere lazing around. Time for action. Even if I didn't go to school, I could still study. I sat upright on the sofa and opened the notebook that Ruka had given me. I took out the first printout she showed me.
ああ、
Oh,
そう
yeah.
だった。見せて殺す言われたんだよね。
Yeah, she called me corrosive influence when I showed her this. I don't know what Koros originally meant, like, but she said the word korosu, which in Japanese meant die, which was entirely an accident. I really hoped I just misheard her, but there was no sense in bringing it back up now. Well, she hadn't crumpled it or thrown it out, so I wanted to think I was safe.
今更だけど、この後ろが赤いのって。
It's a little late to be noticing this, but what are these red backgrounds? Yeah. Honestly, why does Esperanto have those? A, E, U, L, O. These were vowels. E, U, L. These were vowels. Never really thought about it since it was my native language, but these five vowel sounds were the cornerstones of Japanese. They were emphasized because this was printed for me in mind.
少しは見慣れてきた感じもするし。
Well, I feel a little bit more familiar with it now, so now studying it, it looked surprisingly similar to the English alphabet.
偽の W がボ。
This bogus W is bo. But, you know, this bogus W is a B. It's fine. At this point, I didn't have much choice but to familiarize myself with this stuff.
次の難関は F と G の位置にある文字だよね。
These letters were F and G should be. Fo and Jo. Fo and Go. F looked like a lowercase b, and when it came to go, I couldn't see anything but a horseshoe with a slash through it. I think the reason why I've got the thing up at the top is because I've got Esperanto mode on. Like if I just switch it back to Yoliamo text.
次の
Apparently not.
そして QWXY に当たる文字が存在しないんだよね。
Because they're crap letters, and that's why W and Y are used as vowels in Welsh. Didn't seem like I could rule them out entirely, but maybe they were only used in special circumstances. O, po, ro, so, sho, to, u, wo, avo, zo. For now, I decided they would be safe to ignore.
あ
All
とは
those letters
帽
were
子付きの文字か。
Cho, go, I don't know. Cho, jo, ho, jo, so. Print out distinguished them with a different colour. Oh, right, okay, yeah. I didn't even notice the backgrounds for in the vowels because I'm actually colourblind. I've seen them mixed in with all the other letters. I felt like I would lose track of which was between these and which was the ones without the hats. Maybe the hat was some kind of phonetic symbol? You got some fun somewhere in Japanese. Come to think of it, I remember there being a much more detailed pronunciation key on the printout I got from Miss Ray.
どれだったかなあ、これだ、これ。
Which one was it? Ah, here it is. Found it. Oh, Jesus Christ.
ローマ字読みで50音並びって感じかな。さ、し、す、せ、そ、で、ざ、ず、ぜ、
Right, okay. I've been learning Japanese, so I'm familiar with this. So, a, I, u, e, o. And then it goes sa, shi, su, se, so. Albeit in this case it's sa, si, su, se, so. Ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. Za, ji, zu, ze, zo. Za, zi, zu, ze, zo in this case. Ga, gi, gu, get, go. Ta, ti, ta, chi, tsu, te, to. In this case, ta, ti, tu, te, to. Because, yeah.
他行の t, t もち、つじゃないんだ。
Yep, the T's rose, T and Tu aren't Chi and Tsu, because Chi and Tsu are a uniquely Japanese sound change in Japanese, because it's to do with how easy it is to pronounce them. If you don't have letters that mean that you have to pronounce them differently, you'll eventually drop them into an easier way. The same way that English is full of the A sound. Was like, swinging. It's technically not part of the alphabet, we just use A for it, but swinging. Such an easy sound, so almost all our vowels drop to A, or E. Yeah.
魔行は、まあ、よしとして、なんで野行のお頭が J なのよ。
まみむめも、らりるれろ、じゃ、じゅ、じゃ、Z, ja, ja, wa, we, woo, we, wo. So I think I was correct in that sense of the wa, we, woo, we, wo. Ra, ri, ru, re, ro. La, ri, ru, re, ro. And ra, ri, ru, re, ro. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, bro, that's alright. But why does the Y start with the letter J? Why? Yeah, ye, you, yeah, yo. Ah, yeah, you, yeah, yo. Yeah, I forget, because I haven't used one of these syllabaries for, like, 5 years, 10 years, maybe.
順番的に、ラ行の次って和行だと思うけど、まさか、この、わ、うい、うえ、おがそうなの？
Yep, wow, we were able.
だとしたら、あれだ！ルカの、私の発音はこれだ。私って感じか。理解。
Okay, I think this is lost in translation. Uatashi. Ua. Wa. Uatashi.
でも、こっちのツアは理解しづらい。感覚的には CA の発音ってキャなんだけどさ。
Yeah, that's another problem. Kaki kuke ko isn't pronounced that. It's si tsu te to or something like that in Esperanto.
Sa, zi, tsu, ze, zo, to.
Just have to commit all these to memory.
こればっかりは、だ、り、る、で、どの濁り感が高いのって、やっぱり、り、るのせい？慣れたら気にならない？
だじずでど、だdiででど、ばびぶべぼ。That's the W is ばびぶべぼ。なにぬねの、ぱぴぷぺぼ。はひふへほ。And then I'm stuck at the H.
あと、は行が多すぎでしょ。ば行とぱ行の必要性はわかるけど、は、ひ、ふ、へ、ほが謎すぎて。
This is a mystery because I even am not sure. I can't remember.
うげえ。これは見た瞬間にあかんってなるパターンだ。半分が赤文字とか覚える気力が根こそぎ奪われるってば。
Yep, the red is yeah, I don't even.
赤だけにあかんとかダジャレを思いつく時点でアウトだよ
Red, I'm
ね。
dead. It's okay, so this
見
time.
事なぐらい集中力が切れました。チ
What bomb?
ーン。まあぼんやり眺めると法則性は見えてくるっぽいから、あとは使う時が来たらその場で覚えよう。うんうん、それがいい。
Yeah. Okay. I know it's Chachi Chuchecho. I don't know what Jaji Jujejo is. I think that's just Jaji Jujejo. Fafi Fufefo. Sashi So. Is that Shashi Shushisho? Gagi Gugeko, I don't know. And Vavi Vivefo. Vavi Vivefo is at least simple enough.
というわけで、いっぺんに理解しようとか、絶対に無理です。
I'm sure I'll learn when people start talking to me in it. I set the printouts aside for a long time, for the time being, and took out the notes Ruka had written for me. After all, studying the fundamentals is no fun. These printouts I had swapped out the others for.
ルカが書いたものってだけで価値がある。
Just the fact that Ruka gave me them gives them value. I had enough power lurking in them to make me blurt out something like that. Whatever someone's reasoning may be, studying's all about staying motivated. I know that for a fact, and the fact that I have no motivation. Thank God, thank you.
復習も兼ねて、ルカに教えてもらった。ありがとう。ダンコンからかな。
Dankon. Heard it with my ears and said it with my mouth, and it was a word I had intended to remember. But it was strange, the way it seemed slightly different written down like this. Dankon.
で、次のが、ね、ダンキンデ。で、どういたしまして。
So, ne dankinde is you're welcome. That's not going to get confusing. Ne dankinde. Ne dankinde. Dankon. Ne dankinde. When I compared the spellings, I saw that they both shared a component. Dank. Na 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 na. Also, dankinde had the negative ne attached to it. So it meant, you're welcome, with a nuance of, I don't need any thanks. I don't ne dankinde. It's such a hard word to read for some reason. Ne dankinde. For now, it looked like whenever I wanted to express gratitude, I should say Dankon. And when it was said to me, I should respond with Ne dankinde.
ダンコンと、ね、ダンキンデ。文字で覚えたぞ。
Now I've learned the spellings of Dankon and Ne dankinde. Might as well prioritise the words I was most likely to use.
この、イエス・ゼルテが、その通りと。
Yes, certe. Yes, certe. Maybe I had more emphasis than a simple yes. Yes, certe. And besides, it was too repetitive just to bow my head and say yes all the time. It would be impolite to whoever I was speaking to not to change things up. Also going along with yes, certe. Certainly. Certainly. This is a strong negative. Certainly. Did it mean anything that the word order was switched from yes, certain? Couldn't find anything explaining it, but I had a feeling it might be useful to know.
何が何でも否定したいときに、ゼルテ、ねって感じかな。
Whenever you want to negate something, is it like certainly? I'd probably have to review this if I wanted to be able to speak and respond quickly.
あとは、これ、ボーネも覚えておこった。
Bonnie. She'd say good, good. I would say good, good in a situation where I was in with you, so I'd do well to say to Master Bonnie.
ボーネ、ボーネ、ボーネ、ボエ。
Boy. Bonnie, 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 boy. This one would take a lot of practice. I kinda did my own thing on the last one there. Never mind that. One more time. Well, time for one more. I found one with a really simple explanation.
へえ、英語のザがラなんだ。
The English the is la. But how did you use the again? saying the something made it sound kind of fancy, right?
まあいいや。とりあえず、その場のノリでつけてみよう。
Well, whatever, I'll just try to match it to the situation. You never know until you try. There's the milk, you know. I was on a pretty good streak of motivation right now. At this rate, I'd master it in no time.
えら、あたし、覚醒
Lame is fully alert. Lame is fully alert. Alright, time to get serious once in a while. It's good to get serious once in a while. Picked up printout I set aside a minute ago. Numbers. Numbers are actually quite easy and
2、3、
Esperanto.
クバール、クイーン、セス、セプ、オク、ナウ。
Okay. Right, okay, so Unu is 1, 2 is 2, 3 is 3, Kvar is 4, Queen is 5, Ses is 6, Sep is 7, Ok is 8, and now is 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, Queen, ses, sep, ok. Ok now. 1, 2, 3, 4, Queen, ses, sep, ok now. I'll learn it
あ
eventually.
れ、ゼロがない。どっかにあるのかな
There's no zero. Is it somewhere else? Please tell me that Esperanto and Julian will have zeros.
10はデクってあとは一桁の数字がくっつく感じなのね。
So 10 is Dick. And it looks like you should just add a number in one's place. In the one's place. So Dick is 10. Dekunu is 11. Dick Do is 12. Dick 3 is 13. Dick Kwan. Kwan? Ooh, an N. Ooh. Dick Kwan is 14. Dick Queen. Dick Queen is 15. Dick Sess is 16. Dick Sep is 17. Dick Cook is 18. And, well, yeah, that's Dick now is swinging 19. So, Dick, Dick Uno, Dick Do, Dick 3, Dick Gran, Dick Queen, Dick Sis, Dick Sip, Dick Hawk, and Dick Now.
20以上ってデクの前に一桁の数字がつくのかな
20 upwards is a number before the deck. So, Dudek is 20. Dudekunu is 21. Dudek Do is 22. I like this. Dudek 3 is 23. Dudek Klar is 24. No N there. Dudek Queen is 25. Dudek Sis is 26. Dudek Sip is 27. Dudek Ok is 28. And Dudek Now is around 29. So Dudek. Dudek 1. Dudek 2. Dudek 3. Dudek Kvar. Dudek Queen. Dudek Sip. Ses. Dudek Ses. Dudek Sip. Dudek Ok. And Dudek Now. 10 to 90.
10の位デクの前に一桁の数字をつければいいっぽいね。
So 10 is Dick. Dudek is 20. 3 Dick 30. Kvadic is 40. Queen Dick is 50. Sis Dick is 60. Sip Dick is 70. Oak Dick is 80. And now Dick is 90.
100の位はセントが基本ってことね。
Cent. 2 cent. 3 cent. Kvar cent. Cent. Queen cent. Sis cent. Sip cent. Oak cent. Now cent. The set is going to confuse me.
1000の位はミルなのね。にしても
Meal
これ
cent.
は長いな。
Meal do cent. Meal do cent 3 deck. Octec kvar mil septic green. Octec kvar mil septic green.
1がウーム、4で、
Then I go
8
for all
が
of these.
オクで、9がナウ
Ah, yeah.
と。なんとか頭に入れた
I
ぞ。
don't know.
まずは、1から10までの数字
So
を
double check
確
the
認して
numbers
みようか
from
な。
1 to 10. Which word represents 10? Deck.
もう、問題見なくても答えられそう。
Yeah, that. Which word represents the number 2? Do.
私、天才かも。
My genius or something. Which word represents the number 9? Now. Now.
自分の才能が
My
怖い。
intellect is scaring me. Which number represents the number 5? Green.
もう、問題見なくても
So
答えられ
you
そう。
need to look at the question to get it right. Which number represents 8? Ok.
私、
Yeah, comes from the word
天才かも。
ok. So ok.
簡単すぎるから、
It's too easy.
数字のカードを増やそう。時間が24時間制だから、そこまでの数字を混ぜてみよう。
Sounds a good idea, honestly, using 24 hours as a thing. We should use the number 11, which is Deck Uno? Deck Uno?
とりあえず、
Getting it? Just the number 10, Deck.
自分の才能が怖い。
7, Sep.
見えてきた気がする。
This helps because I have a knowledge of Svig and Latin. Which word represents the number 18? Deck Oak.
とりあえず、覚えたぞ。
Ask me again when I don't know it, when I've not played this for a while. Which is number 19, Deck Now.
もう、問題見なくても答えられそう。
I mean, I did have to look at the question. Which word represents number 7, Sep?
私、もう3桁とか4桁、混ぜてもいいよ
Alright.
ね。
Hard road.
なんか、かなり増えたぞ。
Okay, that's still 10.
とりあえず、
800, Oxen.
見えてきた気がする。
Just wait till I pronounce these things. 8 is just Ock.
私、天才かも。
200, Decent.
見えてきた気がする。
700. 6%.
自分の才能が怖い。
I had to think about that one. 22, Dudek-do.
とりあえず、覚え
You're
た。
getting it, you're getting it. No,
途中だけど、もういいや。
I probably am. I think I know Esperanto numbers. Think being the operative word. Main menu study mode. Number study unlocked. I can now study numbers. Oh
こ
god.
れは、使える例文ってやつかな。
Useful phrases, eh?
1枚目のプリントは、人に会った時の挨拶っぽい感じがする。
Right, first page looks like greetings for when you meet someone. So, Bonin Matanon, good morning. Bonin Tagon, good day, have a nice day. Bonan Vesperon, good night, good evening even. Bonan Nocton, good night. Salaton, hey. Kilvi Fartas, how you doing? Kilvi Fartas, that's what Fartas means then. So, doing, how are you feeling? Feeling. Means Fartas means feeling.
2枚目のは、ちょこちょこ聞いたことがあるフレーズが多いな。
I've heard here and there. Gis revando. Gis revido. Till next time. Gis morgo. See you tomorrow. Tragle. Agrable. Tre agrable. Nice to meet you. Tre agrable. Tre agrable. Yeah. Me petas. So please is 2 words. Me petas. Please. I don't even know how that translates, because I don't even know what please really means. It's just a saying thing that you use to try and get someone to do something for you. Can you please open the window? Is it okay if you open the window? the only way I can think of simplifying that down. You know, negradas. No problem. Estu tranquila. Calm down. Estu tranquila. Tu vere? Really?
私、チュベレとか多用しそう。
Tu vere? Gis revido. Until next time. Gis morgao. See you tomorrow. So gis means again, maybe? Tre agrabla, which means nice to meet you. Me petas. Please, me gravas, no problem. Estu tranquila, calm down. And tu vere, really.
3枚目は長文があるし。
Third one has some long ones. Bonvenon, welcome. I said that at the start of the first time I played this. I don't know if it caught it. Guillaume, Constas, tu si. How much is this? Guillaume Costas. How much money for this? How much money for this? How much money is this? Mi estas visitando. I am a visitor. Mi estas visitanto. Si ne povas paroli la lingvon Juliamo. I can't speak Juliamo. Si ne povas paroli la lingvon Juliamo. This is one of the most useful phrases I don't know why no other language class ever teaches. I can't speak this language. Si ne povas paroli la lingvon Juliamo. Or, si ne povas paroli la lingvon Esperanto. I can't speak Esperanto. Bonvolu montri al mi vian identiglion. Identiglion. Identiglon. Bonvolu montri al vian identiglon. And the fourth one, if you change C to I,
彼女を私に変えれば I can't speak English っぽい使い方になるよね。
Yeah. Oh no, si ne povas paroli la lingvon Juliamo. Is it going to give me a test? Right.
よし、期末テストだと思って頑張ってみよう。
It is, right. Prepare for me to not know anything. Kiom costas tio si ti? Kiom costas tio ti? How much does this cost, I believe? It's one.
油断はできないぞ。
I'll start starting off now. Seldon. A.
とりあえず、お、ぼ、え、
So,
そ
it's translating that as greeting. So I think the best way to translate that into Scots, which is, like, I don't speak Scots, but I do have an understanding of it. So it would be into alright, and at least if you're from the West Coast, usually alright is the Zweigen equivalent of hey, you know, alright mate. Gis morgau. I believe and see you tomorrow.
もう問題見なくても答えられそう。
Chivere? Really?
完璧すぎるでしょう。
Pipetas, which I think is thank you. No, please, because I need to remember that it's confusing. Me petas is please. I don't know what me petas means. What is
余裕
petas?
余裕。予定より早いけど次に進んじゃおう。
Yeah, I seem to get the idea. Kiel, what? What happened to you? You didn't tell me this! Please tell me how this works. Okay, Kiel, what Alvi? I would say past tense. Okazis. Kazas is present. What's happening to you is Okazas. Kiel Okazas Alvi? And what's going to happen to you is Okazos. So I think past tense, Kiel, for what happened to you is Okazis.
完璧すぎるでしょう。
Okay. G'day, Bonan, tag on even. Yeah, that I do remember.
油断はできないぞ。
Nice to meet you. Trey, oh crap. I grabbed the...
とりあえず、お、
That was a
と、
guess.
た、
I grabbed
そ
the... Bonan Tagon, you've already asked me this.
見えてきた気がする。
Nice to meet you, is Trey...
嘘、ありえない。トレアグラブレ、はじめまして。
Welcome, Bon Venon. I don't even know what I got wrong in the last one.
今回は合っていたぞ、と。うん、時間短縮で行こう。
Okay, please, me pet us. She pet us? She's saying please me pet us. I'm saying please and me pet us. You're saying please. Sounds like I could use that to be
見えてきた
impolite
気
to
がする。
someone. Salton, which is alright.
完璧すぎるでしょう。
No problem. Ne gravis? Ne gravis.
余裕余裕。
See you tomorrow. Is Gismorga? Morga. Gismorga? Yeah.
やったね。
Yeah. Calm down. Is S2 Tranquilla? S2 Tranquilla? I think it's S2 Tranquilla. Yeah, it is.
油断はできないぞ。
I have no way of knowing what any of that means.
悟りの境地なので、ここまで。
Okay, I might save up after this if there's more. Example sentence study unlocked. I might need to study that. So after studying for almost an hour, I had a thought. Homeschool wasn't really my thing. In that case, there was only one thing to do.
さあ、
Right?
ここまで来たら、
I've made it this far.
もう引き返せないぞ。
No turning back now. Headed back down to the shopping district, ready to ride this wave of enthusiasm into actual practice. Last time, I couldn't talk to anybody or do anything, but this time would be different. I had to put some fresh Eno on my allowance into my wallet and bring it with me. This time, it would be shopping, the revenge.
何を買おうかな。
What should I buy? I've realised something over the past few days. They aren't kidding when they say that a lack of shopping causes stress to build up. I've never heard that. Just walking around with money like this, feeling like I could buy something as if the mood struck me helped lower my anxiety levels a little.
はあ、満喫満喫って、満足してどうする？
I would say you should probably leave most of your money at home. This is what I need to do. So, how do I scratch this itch? I said to myself, even if I remembered what my original goal was, I wasn't here to satisfy my greed. The shopping trip was to help me practice. To help me calm down, I walked from one end of the shopping district to the other to see what was being sold. Thanks to Ruka's little house tour yesterday, I wasn't afraid to peek into some storefronts.
よしよし。じゃあ、本番行ってみよう。
Right, time for the real deal. Went into the Libreo, and
ボンベーノン。
Bundedon, welcome. A voice suddenly called out. I was a little startled, but I was alright. Bunvenon, welcome. I remembered the translation for Bunvenon being on the printout. I scrutinised back at the apartment.
ボンベーノンはいらっしゃいませ。
Yeah, that just means welcome. Noticed myself, so I looked around the store. Because you don't know what the reply to that is. I found a section with several books that looked like dictionaries and protective sleeves. Could they have a Japanese dictionary? Unfortunately, the only options were Yoliamo to unknown language dictionaries. The contents of the last one I picked up made me think it was Yoliamo to probably English dictionary, and I was torn over whether or not I should get it. My English just wasn't good enough though, and I couldn't tell whether or not it was the same as the English I was familiar with, so I gently placed it back on the shelf.
似て非なる世界か。
The whole world was just a little off. Learning that the Japanese documents Miss Ray showed me yesterday had been made for collaboration of visitantoi who had wound up here from various worlds. Even the Japanese one I had read through my tears had some mystery letters mixed in once I got to the second page, so it wasn't quite spot on either.
英語はニーズがあって、日本語はニッチと。
English is necessary, but Japanese is probably niche. I don't know. Still, it's better than nothing. I managed to learn what little I had thanks to Japanese translation created by the cooperation of those who came before me. If I had the opportunity, I'd do my part to contribute as a visitanto too. And if I did, I might even be rewarded with a job. I made me want to learn more words as fast as I could. I've never seen anybody have enthusiasm about a job. Well, I say that. I have. But Smegan, I don't. And so, I made my way to a section that seemed to have magazines on display. I picked up one that caught my eye and flipped through its contents. Its articles seemed to be related to sightseeing trips, with beautiful pictures of scenery and couples walking together.
そうそう、こういうやつ。
It's one of those. Not understanding any of the words, but I could guess at what it was from the photos and illustrations.
でも、旅行先を探したいわけじゃないから。
Not exactly looking to plan a trip though. Decided to pick up a different one. I skimmed across various covers before my eyes landed on something that had the air of a teen fashion magazine.
あ、これいいかも。
This might work. But. As I reached out, my interest faded. I realised it was tightly sealed in shrink wrapping, making it impossible to confirm the contents. Was this their way of saying you have to buy to read?
どうしよう。
What should I do? I think you should put it back on the shelf. Well, I was waffling over whether or not to buy it when the store clerk watching me. I felt it was wrong to put it back on at this point, so I made up my mind and brought it back to the register. Handed over the magazine.
Mi estás visitando.
Yes, das visitanto. I'm a visitor. The words I had practiced over and over again in the apartment. I'm a visitor. The clerk said,
Bonjour, Montri Almi Vian Identigiron.
Bonvolu Montri Almi Vian Identigi. Let me just.
Bonjour, Montri Almi Vian Identigiron.
Identigiron. Bonvolu Montri Almi Vian Identigiron.
プリントにあった例文そのままの応対だ。
She responded exactly like the example in the printout. It's safe, I could just barely remember the translation. Pulled out my visitanto identification card out of my wallet and showed it to her. She looked at the card and me and tilted her head a little. Was there some kind of problem with my photo? Or with me?
Duncan. Tilt Blanca Lidio Costa Sepcento Enoin.
Dankon. Tiochi Blanca Lilio Costas Sepcent 700.
Duncan. Tilt Blanca Lidio Costa Sepcento Enoin.
Tiochi Blanca Lilio Costas Sepcent 700.
Sed visitanto bezonas pagi nur duonon de la prezo.
Said, Visitanto bezonas paginur duonon de la preso. I don't know what that means.
お金ならあります。
Shop and take my money. My first shopping trip ended without incident somehow. When I had a bonus, the Visitanto special made it half price. Got it for $3.50.
この世界での350円はトリツェント、クヴィンデク、エノイ。
Here, 350 yen is 3 cent Queen Dick Inoi. So long to say. First, 300 is 3 cent, then 50 is Queen Dick, then you stick Enoi at the end. It was like a game or some kind of magic spell. To be honest, a lot, like we've been thinking that magic spells might have actually been memory joggers. So maybe.
とりあえず勉強の実践はここまで。
Anyway, that's enough practice for now. Headed back to Ruka's apartment in high spirits, where I promptly got something more comfortable. Then I dove into the sofa, opened the magazine, ready to relax.
ほう。
Contents was about just what I expected. It was just like the fashion magazines from my world, starting with articles that I could tell were all seasonal features based on the photos.
こういうのが流行りなのか。
So if this is what's in style, the long skirts were they were all wearing caught my attention. Come to think of it, Ruka and Miss Ray had been on the alongside too.
私も試してみようかな。
Yeah, I should give it a try too. I lounged as I continued flipping through the pages. He was bad manners, but I was the only one here, so whatever. Put my hands on my shorts and I tried to imagine myself in a skirt.
動きやすいからな、この格好。
So much
捨て
easier
がたい
to
んだ
move
よ。
like this, though. It'd be hard to give up. Might have been able to make up for it by wearing extra long socks. Besides, there were bound to be other fashionable coordinations. I flipped through the other pages, watching the thoughts change as I progressed. Suddenly, there were pictures of some lighter outfits. The sleeveless look was a little too unforgiving, even for a perpetual t-shirt lover like myself.
季節的にこれから気温は下がる一方だと思うし。
This time of year, the temperature is probably just going to keep getting colder. I was a little surprised when I saw an underwear feature on the next page. Then, as I flipped further ahead,
ちょっと
it's exactly what I thought. The shot of a girl in a race pose, couldn't help but stare. I had the feeling the focus was meant to be more or less on her stylish bra and more on the skin underneath. Or the pair of sexy female models with their legs intertwined, kind of putting the emphasis on the romance. It's really a fashion magazine? The faces were close enough to be on the verge of kissing. Their hands seemed to be roaming over each other's backs. As I was processing what I was saying, I heard the lock on the front door turn. I hurriedly closed the magazine and put it on the end table. I would die if Ruka saw something like that. For now, I would just hide it. Have to hide it somewhere inconspicuous. Conspicuous. Wait, no. I looked around, I couldn't find anywhere to hide it. What did I do? Just under a pillow, mate. Decided to hide it under a pillow for now. Can't think of a better hiding place.
おかえり。意外と早かったね。
You're earlier than expected. She came in with shopping bags in both hands, and I ran to take them from her.
ダンカン、
Thank God.
中のものを出していい？
Something. Down. Something. Do you mind if I unload these here? I was happy to lend a hand. I got sorted through everything, putting the vegetables and the like in the refrigerator. The fridge. After what did it mean that I was already acting like I lived here after being a freeloader for less than a week? Was it the strength of her hospitality? Or had it just grown shameless?
キヨオカゼスアルビー
Kilo Kazasali?
どうかした？
What happened? Oh no, she noticed.
なんでもない。
Nothing happened. Shut the fridge door and headed back to the sofa. And she came with
キ
me.
エンヴィイリスホディア？
Kienvi
ど
Iris
こ
Hodiao.
へいた？
Where
今
did
日。
you go today?
本屋さん、リブレイヨに。
To a bookshop, Libreo.
キアン？
Kim. When?
戻ったのが16時だから、でクビンホロくらい？
Bedek Veen.
ジュビアチェティスイオン？
Chivia Chetis Vion.
まあ、マガジノ？
A magazine. Really didn't want to lie, so I tried to answer him with something, the word I heard saying, she get pushing like this, my hiding spot would be recovered.
マガジノ？
I'm a magazine, huh? Repeated my words back to me, and I was getting desperate to change the subject. Then I had some thought.
私、お腹減っ
I'm getting hungry. Decided blunt this would work
た。
best.
どう？ミヌンプレパールベスペルマンジョン。今、作る、夕ご飯。
Domimun preparu vesper manjon. I'll make dinner now. So, mi nun preparu vespermanjon. I'll now prepare dinner. As I watched her move away from the sofa towards her room, I breathed a sigh of release. Their plan was never to mention the magazine again.
Aji, どうでしたか?
How'd you like it? Tonight's dinner was Ruka's special vegetable stir fry. Perfect for somebody who's in high school.
美味しかったよ。ボネ。
Bonnie. I nodded repeatedly with a smile on my face just to show how good it had been. It was seasoned just the way I liked it. And the rice was so good, I'd helped myself to seconds. I mean, yeah.
きっといいお嫁さんになれるよ。
You'll definitely make a good wife someday.
いいお嫁さん。
She looked like you wasn't familiar with that word. I wondered if there was a way to explain it through gestures. I'm just reminded of Haruhi with that. Just to get my point across, not that I expected the topic to expand into anything else. If I had been a boy, that wife remark would have carried a little more weight. Nah, there's no way. I'm assuming she can understand the situation. It'd be next to impossible to imagine me as her partner. I wonder, did I have some slightly boyish features so it would be easier than I thought? Or if there's some 1 in a million chance that Ruka would be interested?
リン
I'm playing a Yuri, I guess. Red was wrong.
とにかく
Bonnie! Didn't really know why I was safe suddenly on fire and I wanted to get out of here. Gathered up her dishes, headed for the kitchen.
何考えてるんだかね。
Smeg am I thinking? Just a bunch of what ifs. Even if Ruka was embarrassed in the situation when I was a boy, that'd be cute in its own way and that would be fine by me. Why did I have to go as far as imagining her as my wife this whole time?
ありえないありえない。
No way, no way. Then my hand stopped in the middle of washing the dishes. Things were reversed. What if I were the wife and Ruka was...
Kio estas chitio?
Kio estas chitio? When I turned around, I heard a voice only to find Ruka holding a book over her head, looking at it confused. Oh, that was a dirty magazine.
ちょっと待ってそのまま
I looked over, I dried my hands, took a deep breath, put on a magnificent smile and said,
渡してくれる
Now see that for a second?
私見る
Oh crap. That's the worst thing to understand. She wasn't.
これマガジーノ見る
This magazine, can I look at it? She was telling me she wanted to look inside.
教育上の問題ってやつでねえパルドゥーヌ
Yeah, pardon. That'd be too much for Rika. So as its rightful honour, I took on the responsibility of big sister and managed the situation. I had to. It was the right thing to do.
さてさてこれは厳重に封印しないとってルカリンと見る
Now look at it. Were you? So, yeah. What was this? Wow. What was this? Innocent eyes full of hope. Maybe you want to just reflexively say, yeah, sure. There.
ねこれはね
Nah. She loosened her grip for a split second as I snatched it out of her hand and held it up out of her reach. Reconfounded, I had to jump up and down all around trying to take it back. She looked so cute like that. I brought it down until it was just within her reach, then brought it up again and down.
Last mean vidi mi petas
Das mean vidi. Let me see, please. Repeat us.
ちょっと
Wait. Suddenly, she tackled me onto the sofa.
Pronto almi la magazinon
Pronto, Elmi la magazinon. Give me the magazine. This sudden turn of events stung me into silence. Still, I patted myself on the back for thinking of using my body as a shield to guard the magazine.
Ĉu vi kaŝis la magazinon?
Should we cashes the
Kien?
magazine done? Kien? Did you something the magazine? When? Ruka looked around me. This was my chance. I held my hands over the head like I was surrounded, and then I glanced over the table for a few seconds, hoping Luca would be suspicious of my behaviour and get off me. Instead, she shook her head back and
ねえ
forth.
トランプミン
Nay, Trump, I mean. She only became more persistent, except she hardly weighed anything. Could probably turn the tables any moment if I felt like it. This is why I didn't feel any sense of urgency.
ちょっと、そこは
That's... My whole body jolted and stuff, Jesus Christ.
チュチティエン
Chujitien.
ここ
Yeah.
こら、そんなとこにないから。チュビセンタスティックレ
Are you tickly there?
ダメだって。
I could stand to be tickled. Tried to twist away from her. If I moved too much, I'd reveal the treasure. Grabbed her hand, gave a wordless, pleading smile. Surely she would understand what I meant.
ネゾルグ
News order.
ほんと、やめて。
Jesus Christ, okay.
キーよ、ネミオアウデブラス。そっちもダメ。ネファールブルーオン。いい加減にしないと怒っ。ネニエトロフィージャース。待って、ストップ。
Sorry, I'm not reading this out. It's a little bit.
かな。しっかりしろ、私。今ごミエスタスリン。
Okay.
Bien idea mi comprenes.
Your idea, I understand. What?
Vikasis chin sa bien dorson. Chune?
I know that Chune is right. Vikashis Jean Subian Dorson. I don't know.
ちょっと。ちょってリン、反対、ミトロビス。
Yep.
それ、Blanca Lilio, la play fresca numero jus el donita. Mine mian
Yeah,
acetis
that's the name
gin.
of the magazine. Minium Acetiskin. Oh, I remember the title of the magazine.
Kion vi recomendas?
What would you recommend? Yeah, out coordinator. Did you ask my opinion? She kept the conversation.
Malonga newborn? Mi preferas plisita newborn.
A short skirt. I prefer fleece setan upon something skirt. I tapped an adjacent picture. She tapped an adjacent picture of a long skirt. Then she grabbed the hem of her own skirt and just gently swung it around, giving me this sideways look. She was waiting to see my reaction. Maybe she was recommending a similar style for me? If that was the case, I had to
どれ？
respond. Would you like?
私？だから、それはさっきの。
Me, I just told you. I was about to point at the same picture again where I stopped myself. No. Just now Ruka asked me which one I liked. So what was she asking before? The question was, what do you prefer, but which do you think looks good on me? In that case, my answer would have been almost the exact
ルカ、
opposite.
聞いて。ルカにはそういうのが似合うと思うの。
Yep, no idea what's going on. Oh, myself, me was me, and you was me. I heard it enough times I could guess is was estas. The order on. So in order to say your current one suits you the best, I would say
ルカ、エスタス、今ってなんだ？
Ruka estas.
一
what's
番っ
current
て
was best.
合
What's
ってま
this?
す？
Crap, I didn't know any of the words at all. I didn't even know the grammar. I'd say throwing some gestures.
あのね、ルカって
Ruka, what? It's funny to ask her to help me out, but Ruka's expression was frozen in place. Her hands were still mechanically flipping through the pages, though. Her cheeks flushed, her whole face seemed red. For some reason, her breathing was ragged.
リン、これとても音がはあ、ルカはその写真見ちゃダメ。
Quickly snatched the magazine back and threw it on the sofa, but Ruka had already seen too much. And that for the rest of the day until we turned the lights out and went to sleep. We went without saying much of anything. Today's lesson. I really need to get better at hiding
下に
stuff.
隠し事なんて
I think I'm going to call it here. That was a
Same
rather
about the
uncomfortable
Daijoubu?
end there, but Svegan, yeah, I have learned some Esperanto, and hopefully, Svegan, that's enough for today. Maybe I should take a hint from Svegan thingy choices and think of these choices as a game, maybe instead of as a Svegan. What would I do in that situation? Because I would literally just hide it under a pillow. And I'm like, yeah, so if I hide it under the sofa, that's too obvious. You're gonna look there. If I put it on the desk, that's immediately, yeah, okay, this is normal. And if she reads Swinging Blanca Lulio, So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. I don't remember the Esperanto word for till next time anymore, because that was just a few minutes ago. So I will see you guys